Hello to my friends and neighbors here in the Hancock building. This is Gary Torrey, your resident real estate pro with Baird & Warner. You know, it's hard to believe that 2022 is halfway over already. And it's been quite a year in real estate. So I thought this might be a good time to take a look back and do a halftime market recap, if you will. Let's see where we've been for the first 6 months. And then I want to talk a little bit about what we might be able to expect for the rest of the year. After all, it was hockey great Wayne Gretzky himself who said that a good hockey player plays where the puck is. A great hockey player plays where the puck is going to be. Same is true in real estate. Accurately anticipating market moves is a great way to shape your expectations, whether you're looking to buy or sell. Now, if you follow real estate, you know that we began the year across the country with record low inventory. There just weren't enough homes for sale to supply the demand in the market. But if we look at the condominium market in Streeterville and the Gold Coast as a whole, we see the exact opposite story. In fact, we began the year in January with 16.2 months worth of supply in the greater Streeterville Gold Coast area. And in the Hancock specifically, 18 months supply. Those numbers are indicative of a very strong buyer's market. It may seem counterintuitive where the rest of the country we saw a very strong seller's market, very strong buyer's market in the condo market here locally. If we look at the Hancock specifically, about $10 million worth of real estate changed hands in the first half of the year. We began, like I said, with 18 months supply and ended the 6-month period with about 7 to 7.5 months worth of supply. The weird thing about the Hancock is that as supply went down, market times increased. In the rest of the Gold Coast and Streeterville area, as supply came down, market time decreased. And in this area as a whole, it ended at about 84 days from list to contract. In the Hancock, we began in January with an average time of list to contract of 150 days and ended with an average list to contract time of 184 days. So, what could possibly account for this difference? Here's another number we need to look at. Again, Streeterville, Gold Coast area, it took 11 showings to sell a property on average. And in the Hancock, it took 12. Those numbers are pretty close. Here's the difference. Streeterville and Gold Coast averaged 3.5 showings per month. And here in the Hancock, we averaged 2. And that makes a big difference. Being able to draw people into your property and getting one more showing per month can decrease your market time by 2 months. Let's take a look at list to sale price ratios. What are sellers receiving relative to the original listing price of their condominium? Okay, in Gold Coast and Streeterville, first 6 months of the year, sellers have been receiving 95.3% of their original ask. Not bad considering that it is a buyer's market in this area. In the Hancock, sellers have been receiving 90.3%. Let me put this another way. If there are 2 condos for sale at $500,000, one seller receives $476,000 and the other $453,000. Now that's a big difference. As for the remainder of this year, we're going to see the condominium market in this area remain relatively balanced. We may see a slight uptick in supply, which will peak probably in late September or early October, but there's really not going to be any major upward pressure on pricing. So that'll remain stable too throughout the end of the year. Now, lastly, if you're thinking of selling your condo, I would love to speak with you. because there are specific actionable steps we can take to both increase the number of showings for your unit, to decrease your market time, and also ways that we can bring you offers closer to your list price, to bring you in line with the rest of this area. In closing, I'd like to say thank you for watching, and I look forward to getting your home sold.